The Indianapolis Colts host the Cincinnati Bengals on this wild card weekend. The Colts a 3.5-point favorite on BETDAQ, 49.5 the total in this game. Now the Colts have been a very popular public bet this week. It's very easy to make a big picture case for them. After all, back in Week 7, these same teams met in Indianapolis. The Colts came away with a 27-0 win. In that game, Cincinnati quarterback Andy Dalton threw for just 126 yards on 38 attempts. And really, if you're going to back the Bengals here, that's the first thing you have to get over. Trusting Andy Dalton with your money on the road against Andrew Luck and this Indianapolis offense. Luck, who's the best young quarterback in the NFL, led the league in passing this season. The Colts ranked 3rd in the NFL in total offense, 7th in points scored. And again, they're at home here, just a 3.5-point favorite against a Cincinnati team that always falls on their face in the postseason. 3 years in a row now, the Bengals have lost their first-round playoff matchup. They're now 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 playoff games. In their last 3 games, which again have come over the past 3 years, Andy Dalton has thrown just 1 touchdown pass, 6 interceptions. His quarterback rating in those games, 56.8. So once again, are you prepared to trust Andy Dalton with your money on the road against Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts? I know it's a tough thing to do, but I'll tell you what, if you look past the quarterback position here, I think there's a lot of things to like about the Cincinnati side. For one thing, the Bengals have been playing very well over the past couple of months. They've won 5 of their past 7 games. They've really stepped it up on defense. They've held 4 of their last 7 opponents to 13 points or fewer. They now rank 12th in the NFL in points allowed. And they're facing an Indianapolis offense that, even though they've been good this season, they're not playing their best football right now. Back in Week 16, the Colts went on the road, faced a very vulnerable Dallas Cowboys defense, and they managed just 7 points in a 42-7 loss. They were able to respond with a Week 17 win, but that win came over the Tennessee Titans, who might be the worst team in the NFL. And that's really the Colts' MO. This is a team that beats up on the dregs of the league, but they really struggle when faced with quality opposition. The Colts 19-3 against the spread in their last 22 games against teams with losing records. But they faced 8 teams this season that finished the year with a winning record and were just 3-5 in those games. So again, you put Indianapolis up against a good team, and all of a sudden they become very, very ordinary, and Cincinnati is a good team. And I'll tell you what, this Bengals offense has really found their stride over the past couple of months ever since they turned to the power running game. The injury, the midseason injury to Cincinnati tailback Giovanni Bernard, really a blessing in disguise for this offense because it allowed for the emergence of rookie Jeremy Hill, and Hill has been a revelation since he's come into the starting lineup. Since Week 9, Jeremy Hill averaging over 100 rushing yards per game. Since that time, Cincinnati 3rd in the NFL in rushing offense. Bernard back healthy now, so the Bengals have a legitimate thunder and lightning tandem in the backfield. And they're facing an Indianapolis defense that really struggles against the run. The Colts 18th in the NFL in rushing defense. They've been especially bad against the run over the past 6 weeks. In their past 6 games, they're surrendering over 130 rushing yards per game. So listen, I think the Cincinnati offense is going to be able to run the ball right at this Indianapolis defense. If all goes as planned for the Bengals, I don't expect Andy Dalton to throw the ball more than 20 to 25 times in this game. On the other side of the ball, like we mentioned, Cincinnati playing their best football right now. Indianapolis not playing their best football on offense. So look, even though the Bengals never a good bet in the playoffs, at least they haven't been in recent years, and it's very difficult to trust Andy Dalton with your money on the road against Andrew Luck and the Colts, I do think it's the right play in this situation. I have a feeling Cincinnati is going to put an end to their playoff frustrations. I think they're going to win this game outright. I look for them to run the ball right at this Indianapolis defense, really control time of possession. And when the Colts get on the field, don't be surprised if this Bengals defense forces Andrew Luck into a couple of turnovers. As I said, I think Cincinnati might win this game outright. I think they are a good-looking bet as a 3.5-point underdog. Bengals plus 3.5, my recommendation here. I would also look at under 49.5.